Have you ever wondered what happens when love collides with ambition? When two people meet by chance, fall deeply in love, but then life pulls them in completely opposite directions. This is the story of Anna and Michael. It's not about fairy tales. It's about real choices, painful choices. And at the end, I'll ask you one question. What would you do if you were in their place? Anna was a 26-year-old woman living in a small city. She worked as a graphic designer, quiet, thoughtful, someone who dreamed of a warm home and a family. Michael was 29, ambitious, full of energy, living in the same city, but with completely different dreams. He wanted to build something big, something that would change his life forever. They met on a dating app. At first, it was just small messages, emojis, late-night conversations about music and movies. But then they met in person. Michael remembered the first time he saw her standing at the cafe entrance, with a nervous smile and her favorite book in her hands. Anna remembered the way he laughed. So genuine, so alive. One date turned into 2, then 3, and before they knew it, 6 months had passed. Their time together was filled with little rituals. Every Friday night, they walked by the river. Every Sunday morning, Michael brought her flowers, sometimes roses, sometimes wildflowers he picked himself. He loved surprising her with small gifts. Not expensive things, but thoughtful ones: a sketchbook, a necklace with her initials, even a jar of her favorite honey. And Anna loved him in return. She loved how passionate he was, how his eyes lit up whenever he talked about the future. She thought, maybe this is it. Maybe he's the one. But as months passed, something changed. Michael started talking less about love and more about business, less about dinners and quiet evenings, and more about opportunities, investments, and dreams of success. Anna noticed he was often distracted, lost in his thoughts. Sometimes, during their dates, he'd check his phone, write down sudden ideas, or even sketch business models on napkins. She began to feel invisible, and when she asked him what was happening, he said, "Anna, I love you, but I need to move forward. I can't just stay in the same place. I want to build something. I want us to have more than just an ordinary life." For Anna, it was confusing. She didn't need riches. She didn't need fame. She just wanted warmth, closeness, and a man who would be truly present. One night, Michael revealed his genius plan. He wanted to create a romantic dating agency, a business that would design unforgettable dates for couples: rooftop dinners, boat rides, candlelight picnics in hidden gardens. "People will pay for memories," he said, eyes shining. "This is the future, and I know it can make us rich." But there was one problem. To make it work, they had to move abroad, far away from their families, their friends, everything familiar. Anna was shocked. She didn't want to leave. Her heart was tied to her home, to the simple life she loved. For weeks, they argued. "Anna, why can't we build our life here? Why do we need to chase money?" "Michael, because here we'll never grow. Don't you see? This is bigger than us. This is our chance." She cried. He argued. They fought. But slowly, Michael's vision started to sink into her mind. She imagined the money, the opportunities, the glamorous life he described. And against her own heart, she finally said yes. They got married, they packed their bags, and they moved to another country, chasing a dream. At first, it was exciting. New city, new people, new beginnings. The agency idea actually worked. Michael was right. Couples were ready to pay for magical dates. Money started flowing in. They had a nice apartment, nice clothes, vacations, dinners at expensive restaurants. But there was a cost. Michael worked late nights. He was always at meetings, always planning, always thinking. Anna sat alone in their apartment, surrounded by luxury, but starving for affection. Sometimes she would wait for him with dinner ready, candles lit, but he would come home at midnight, exhausted, with nothing to give. The man who once brought her wildflowers now brought her numbers, profits, and contracts. One evening, Anna finally spoke the words she had been holding inside. "Michael, we have money, but I don't have you anymore. Do you even love me? Or do you just love your dream?" Michael looked at her, tired, silent. And then he said, "Anna, I'm doing this for us. For our future. but she shook her head. No, you're doing it for yourself, and I'm just here, watching you disappear. That night, they both knew something had broken, and no amount of money could fix it. Their marriage didn't survive. Michael built his agency, expanded it, made it into something big. Anna moved back home, back to her quiet life, carrying the memories of love that once felt eternal. But sometimes, late at night, both of them wondered, could it have been different? If they had chosen love over ambition, or ambition over love, would they still be together? And now, I'll ask you, if you were in Anna's place, would you stay? Would you sacrifice your heart for the promise of a brighter future? Or if you were Michael, would you slow down, risk losing your dream, just to hold on to love? In the end, maybe that's the hardest question of all. What matters more, success or love?